Hi, I am 40 weeks pregnant, actually 40 weeks in a day, so I'm officially post-dates. And I wanted to talk a little bit about props and pregnancy because I found especially these last few weeks, that I've been really loving and using props throughout my yoga. So a blanket, you can get these yoga blankets or Mexican blankets or anything really, and a folded up blanket's a really great prop. Where I like to use it and what I found it helpful in pregnancy mostly is in sitting. So if I want to meditate or if I want to do a seated pose for a while, you just sit up on the blanket and then you sit really tall. It makes it so that you can stack your spine and it creates a little bit of space for your belly. And you can stack your vertebra and tuck your chin slightly and do whatever twists, whatever work you want to do with some support under your hips. It's also nice for your knees as you move through your pregnancy. So if you're doing any work on your knees, you can do it on a blanket so that your knees don't hurt. You can do like those low lunges with a blanket under your knee. The other prop that I have been loving is a strap. Straps are great to help with leverage or if anything feels too far away. So say I'm going to try to reach back and get my ankle, but I can't reach it. So I'll just take a strap, I'll hook it around my ankle, and then I'll pull it forward. And this makes it so that I can use the strength of my biceps to pull my leg in and get that really lovely stretch. So there's that. And it also is great for, basic poses like hamstring stretch. If you feel like you can't get to your hamstrings, you can always bring the strap around the feet and then again use the strength of your arms to pull in so that you can continue to get length in your spine and use and get the most out of your pregnancy and your yoga. So leverage. Straps are good for leverage. The other prop that I have found probably the most helpful is the yoga block. Now, if you don't have yoga blocks, you can use books, really thick stacks of books, but I find it a nice investment. The cork blocks are great. They're really firm and they're thick. These are good for modifications like, say you want to do your vinyasa on blocks because you feel like there's not enough room between your belly and the floor. So you come into a plank pose on blocks and then lower chaturanga and then move through your vinyasa like that, and you'll have plenty of clearance for your belly as you move, coming even into down dog. And the cork blocks are good because they're nice and strong and firm. So, if your hamstrings feel tight or the floor feels far away, the block brings the floor higher up. If you're in a standing split, the good firm blocks help it so you can have stability as your center of gravity changes. The softer blocks, the smaller, softer blocks I really love. They're really good for pigeon. And you might want to use this in pigeon pose because as your belly grows and you forward fold, you will have less space. So you might feel like when you're here, you're kind of sitting on your belly. If you put the block underneath your hip, move your foot forward, you should have plenty of clearance for the belly to come in. So that's another great place for it. And then the other sort of secret for your props for the soft block. Say you're doing, full straddle or a butterfly pose, and you're like around here and you're tired, you're keeping your spine long. You can bring your head to the block and prop yourself up here, and it makes the pose really livable and really comfortable. So those are just a few ways that you can use your props. And you can use them not pregnant in these ways, but I have found them incredibly helpful towards the end of my 3rd trimester.